for our fine trade. Meanwhile, prepare thyself with speed.
Exit Faust. Mephistopheles in Faust's long mantle.
Reason and knowledge only thou despise, the highest strength in man that lies. Let but the lying spirit bind thee with magic works and shows that blind thee, and I shall have thee fast and sure. Fate such a bold untrammeled spirit gave him, as forwards onwards ever must endure, whose overest impulse drave him past earthly joys he might secure. Dragged through the wildest life, will I enslave him through flat and stay indifference, with struggling, killing, checking, so depraved him that to his heart sense the dream of drink shall mar, but never leave him. But refreshment shall his lips in vain implore, had he not made himself the devil, not could save him, still were he lost forevermore.
A student enters.
Short time only am I here, and come devoted and sincere, to greet and know the man of fame, who men to me with reverence name.
Your courtesy doth flatter me. You see a man as others be. Have you perchance elsewhere began?
Receive me now, I pray, as one who comes to you with courage good, somewhat of cash and healthy blood. My mother was hardly willing to love, but knowledge worth having I fain would give.
Then you have reached the right place now.
I'd like to leave it, I must avow. I find these walls is vaulted.
Scene 4 of Faust. Scene 4 of Faust. Scene 4 of Faust. Scene 4 of Faust. Scene 4.
Keepest.
I am not used to that. I cannot stoop to try it. To take this.
Scene 4 of
Self with thrashing straw forever despise, the highest strength in man that lies. Let but the lying spirit bind thee with magic works and shows that blind thee, and I shall have thee fast and sure. Fate such a bold untrammeled spirit gave him, as forwards onwards ever must endure, whose overest impulse drave him past earthly joys he might secure. Dragged through the wildest life, will I enslave him through flat and stale indifference, with struggling, killing, checking, so deprave him that to his heart insatiate sense the dream of drink shall mark, but never leave him. Refreshment shall his lips in vain implore, had he not made himself the devil, naught could save him, still were he lost forevermore.
a student enters.
Short time only am I here, and come devoted and sincere, to greet and know the man of fame, who men to me with reverence name.
Your courtesy doth flatter me. You see a man as others be. Have you perchance elsewhere began?
Receive me now, I pray, as one who comes to you with courage good, somewhat of cash and healthy blood. My mother was hardly willing to let me, but knowledge worth having I fain would give me.
Then you have reached the right place now.
I'd like to leave it, I must avow. I find these walls, these vaulted spaces, are anything but pleasant places. 'Tis also cramped and close and mean. One sees no tree, no glimpse of green, and when the lecture halls receive me, seeing, hearing, and thinking leave me.
All that depends on habitude. So from its mother's breasts a child, at first reluctant, takes its food. But soon to see them is beguiled. Thus, at the breasts of wisdom clinging, thou wilt find each day a greater rapture bringing.
I'll hang thereon with joy and freely drain them. But tell me, pray, the proper means to gain them.
Explain before you further speak the special faculty you seek.
I crave the highest erudition, and fain would make my acquisition all that there is in earth, heaven, in nature and science too.
Here is the genuine path for you, yet strict attention must be given.
Body and soul thereon I'll reap, yet truly I've some inclination on summer holidays to seek a little freedom and recreation.
Use well your time. It flies so swiftly from us. But time, through order, may be won, I promise. So friend, my views to briefly sum. First, the Colosseum Logicum. There will your mind be drilled and braced, as if in Spanish boots it were laid. And thus, to graver paces broad, it will plod along the path of thought, instead of shooting here and there, a will-o'-the-wisp in murky air. Days will be spent to bid you know what once you did at a single blow, like eating and drinking, free and strong, that 1 to 3 dare to belong. Truly the fabric of mental bliss resembles a weaver's masterpiece, where 1,000 threads one treadle throws, where fly the shuttles hither and thither. Unseen the threads are knit together, and an infinite combination grows. Then the philosopher steps in, and shows no otherwise it could have been. The first was so, the second so, therefore the third and fourth are so. Were not the first and second, then the third and fourth had never been. The scholars are everywhere believers, but never succeed in being weavers. He who would study organic existence first drives out the soul with rigid persistence. Then the parts in his hand he may hold and clasp, but the spiritual link is lost alas, and carries in nature's this chemistry name, nor knows how herself she banters and blames.
I cannot understand you quite.
Your mind will shortly be set aright, when you have learned all things reducing, to classify them for your using.
I feel as stupid, from all you've said, as if a meal-wheel whirled in my head.
And after, first and foremost duty, of metaphysics learn the use and beauty. See that you most profoundly gain what does not suit the human brain. A splendid word to serve you will find, for what goes in or won't go in your mind. But first, at least this half a year, to order rigidly adhere. 5 hours a day, you understand, and when the clock strikes, be on hand. Prepare beforehand for your part, with paragraphs all got by heart, so you can better watch and look, that not is said but what is in the book, yet in thy writing as unwearied be, as did the Holy Ghost dictate to thee.
No need to tell me twice to do it. I think how useful 'tis to write. For what one has in black and white, one carries home and then goes through it.
Yet choose thyself a faculty.
I cannot reconcile myself to jurisprudence.
Nor can I therefore greatly blame you, students. I know what science this has come to be. All rights and laws are still transmitted like an eternal sickness of the race. From generation unto generation fitted and sifted round from place to place. Reason becomes a sham, beneficence a worry. Thou art a grandchild, therefore woe to thee. The right born with us, ours in verity. This to consider, there is alas no hurry.
My own disgust is strengthened by your speech. O lucky ye whom you shall teach. I've almost for theology to say.
I should not wish to see you here misguided, for as regards this science, let me hint. It is very hard to shun the false direction. There is so much secret poison lurking in it. So, like the medicine, it baffles your detection. Fear, therefore, one alone, for that is best in sooth, and simply take your master's words for truth. On words, let your attention center. Then through the safest gate you will enter the temple halls of certainty.
Yet in the word must some idea be.
Of course, but only shan't too oversharp attention. For just where fails the comprehension, a word steps promptly in as deputy. With words, it is excellent disputing. Systems to words, it is easy sweeping. On words, it is excellent believing. No word can ever lose a jot from thieving.
Pardon, with many questions I detain you, yet must I trouble you again. Of medicine I still would fain hear one strong word that might explain you. 3 years is but a little space, and God, who can the field embrace? If once some index could be shown, 'twere easier groping forward, truly.
Aside.
I am tired of this dry tone. Must play the devil again, and fully.
Aloud.
To grasp the spirit of medicine is easy. Learn of the great and little world you feel. To let it go at last, so please ye, just as God will. In vain that through the realms of science you may drift. Each one learns only just what learn he can. Yet he who grasps the moment's gift, he is the proper man. Well made you are, it is not to be denied. The rest a bold address will win you. If you but in yourself confide, at once confide all others in you. To lead the women learn the special feeling. Their everlasting aches and groans, in thousand tones, have all one source, one mode of healing. And if your acts are half discreet, you will always have them at your feet. A title first must draw an interest in, and show that yours all other arts exceed. Then as a greeting you are free to touch and test them, while thus to do for years another plea. You press and count the pulses dances, and then with burning sidelong glances, you clasp the swelling hips to see if tightly laced her corsets be.
That's better now. The how and where one sees.
My worthy friend, grey are all theories, and green alone life's golden tree.
I swear to you 'tis like a dream to me. Might I again presume, with trust unbounded, to hear your wisdom thoroughly expounded?
Most willingly, to what extent I may.
I cannot really go away. Allow me that my album must first reach you. Grant me this favor, I beseech you.
Assuredly.
He writes and returns the book. Reads.
Editus sicut Deus, sanctus bonum et male.
Closes the book with reverence and withdraws.
Follow the ancient text and the snake thou wast ordered to trample. With all the likeness to God, thou wilt yet be a sorry example.
Faust enters.
Now, whither shall we go?
As best it pleases thee. The little world, and then the great we will see. With what delight, what profit winning, shalt thou sponge through the town beginning.
Yet with the flowing beard I wear, both ease and grace will fail me there. The attempt indeed were a futile strife. I never could learn the ways of life. I feel so small before others, and thence should always find embarrassments.
My friend, thou soon shalt lose all such misgivings. Be thou but self-possessed. Thou hast the art of living.
How shall we leave the house and start? Where hast thou servant, coach, and horses?
We will spread this cloak with proper art, then through the air direct our courses. But only on so bold a flight, be sure to have thy luggage light. A little burning air which I shall soon prepare us, above the earth will nimbly bear us. And if we are light, We will travel swift and clear. I congratulate thee on thy new career.
End of scene 4. End of section. Scenes 5 and 6 of Faust. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Faust, Part 1, by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. Scene 5. Auerbach's cellar in Leipzig. Carousal of jolly companions.
Is no one laughing? No one drinking? I'll teach you how to grin, I'm thinking. Today you're like wet straw, so tame, and usually you're all aflame.
Now that's your fault. From you we nothing see, no beastliness and no stupidity.
Pours a glass of wine over Branda's head.
Here's both together.
Twice as swine.
You wanted them, I've given you mine.
Turn out who quarrels, out the door. With open throat sing chorus, drink and roar. Up, hola, ho!
Woe's me, the fearful fellow. Bring cotton, quick. He split my ears, that fellow.
When the vault echoes to the song, one first precedes, the bass is deep and strong.
Well said, and out with him that takes the least offense. A-ta-la-la-da!
Ah-ta-ra-la-ra.
The throats are tuned, commence! The dear old Holy Roman realm, how does it hold together?
A nasty song. Fie, a political song. A most offensive song. Thank God, each morning therefore, that you have not the Roman realm to care for. At least I hold it so much gain for me, that I nor Chancellor nor Kaiser be. Yet also we must have a ruling head, I hope, and so we'll choose ourselves a pope. You know the quality that can decide the choice. Elevate the man.
Soar up, Dame Nightingale, 10,000 times my sweetheart hail.
No, greet my sweetheart not. I'll tell you, I'll resent it.
My sweetheart, greet and kiss, I dare you to prevent it. Draw the latch, the darkness makes. Draw the latch, the lover wakes. Shut the latch, the morning breaks.
Yes, sing away, sing on and praise and brag of her. I'll wait my proper time for laughter. Me by the nose she led, and now she'll lead you after. Her paramour should be an ugly gnome where 4 roads cross in wanton play to meet her. An old he-goat from Bloxburg coming home, should his good night in lustful gallop bleat her. A fellow made of genuine flesh and blood is for the wench a deal too good. Greet her? Not high, unless when meeting to smash her windows be a greeting.
Pounding on the table.
Attention, hearken now to me. Confess, sir, I know how to live. Enamored persons here have we, and I, as suits their quality, must something fresh for their advantage give. Take heed, 'tis of the latest cut, my strain, and all strike in at each refrain. There was a rat in the cellar nest, too fat and bark the maid smooth. Had a bench beneath his bed, like that of Dr. Luther. The cook played poison cunningly, and then as sort of breast was in, as if he had love in his bosom.
Shouting.
As if he had love in his bosom.
Ran around, ran about, his thirst in puddles laying. Gnawed and scratched the house throughout, but nothing cured his raving. He whirled and jumped with torment mad, and soon enough the poor beast had, as if he had love in his bosom. As if he had love in his bosom. And driven at last in open day, he ran into the kitchen. Fell on the harp and squirming lay in the last convulsion twitching. When laughed the murderess in her glee, ha ha, he's at his last gasp, said she, as if he had love in his bosom.
As if he had love in his bosom. How the dull fools enjoy the matter. To me it is a proper art, poison for such poor rats to scatter.
Perhaps you warmly take their part.
The bald pate potbelly I have noted. Misfortune tames him by degrees, for in the rat by poison bloated, his own most natural form he sees.
Before all else I bring thee hither, where boon companions meet together, to let thee see how smooth life runs away. Here for the folk, each day is a holiday, with a little wait and ease to sweeten them, they whirl in narrow circling trays, like kittens playing with their tails. And if no headache persecute them, so long the host may credit give, they merrily and careless leave.
The fact is easy to unravel. Their air's so odd, they've just returned from travel. A single hour they've not been here.
You verily hit the truth. Leipzig to me is dear. Paris in miniature. How it refines its people.
Who are the strangers, should you guess?
Let me alone. I'll set them first to drinking. And then, as one a child's tooth draws with cleverness, I'll worm their secret out, I'm thinking. They're of a noble house, that's very clear. Haughty and discontented they appear.
They're mountebanks upon a revel.
Perhaps.
Look out, I'll smoke them now.
Not if you had them by the neck, I vow. Whatever these people sent to the devil.
Fair greeting, gentlemen.
Our thanks, we give the same.
Murmurs, inspecting Mephistopheles from the side.
In 1 foot, is the fellow lame?
Is it permitted that we share your leisure? In place of cheering drink which one seeks vainly here, your company shall give us pleasure.
A most fastidious person you appear.
No doubt 'twas late when you from Ripek started, and supping there with Hans occasioned your delay.
We passed without a call today. At our last interview, before we parted, much of his cousins did speak entreating that we should give to each his kindly greeting.
He bows to Frosh. Aside.
You have it now, he understands.
A knave sharp set.
Just wait a while, I'll have him yet.
If I am right, we heard the sound of well-trained voices singing chorus. And surely song must here rebound superbly from the arches over us.
Are you perhaps a virtuoso?
Oh no, my wish is great. My power is only so-so.
Give us a song.
If you desire, a number.
So that it be a brand new strain.
We have just retraced our way from Spain, the lovely land of wine and song and slumber. There was a king once reigning, who had a big black flea.
Here, here, a flea! Do you rightly take the jest? I call a flea a tidy guest.
There was a king once reigning, who had a big black flea, and loved him past explaining, as his own son were he. He calls his man of stitches, the tailor comes straight away. Here measure the lad for breeches, and measure his coat, I say.
But mind, allow the tailor no caprices. Enjoin upon him, as his head is dear, to most exactly measure, sew and shear, so that the breeches have no creases.
In silk and velvet gleaming, he now was wholly dressed, had a coat with ribbons streaming, he crossed upon his breast. He had the post of stations, the minister star and name, and also all his relations, great lords and gold became. And the lords and ladies of honor were plagued awake and in bed. The queen she got them up on her, the maids were bitten and bled. and they did not dare to brush them or scratch them day or night. We crack them and we crush them at once whenever they bite.
Shouting.
We crack them and we crush them at once whenever they bite.
Bravo, bravo, that was fine.
Every flea may it so befall.
Point your fingers and nip them all.
Hurrah for freedom! Hurrah for wine!
I fain would drink with you, my glass to freedom clinking. If it were a better wine that here I see you drinking.
Don't let us hear that speech again.
Did I not fear the landlord might complain? I would treat these worthy guests with pleasure, to some from out our sailor's treasure.
Just treat, and let the landlord rearrange.
And if the wine be good, our praises shall be ample. But do not give too very small a sample. For if it's quality I decide, with a goodly mouthful I must be supplied.
Aside.
They're from the Rhine. I guessed as much before.
Bring me a gimlet here.
What shall therewith be done? You've not the casks already at the door.
Yonder, within the landlord's box of tools. There's one.
Takes the gimlet. To Frosh.
Now, give me of your taste some intimation.
How do you mean? Have you so many kinds?
The choice is free. Make up your mind.
To Frosh.
Aha! You lick your chops from sheer anticipation.
Good! If I have the choice, so let the wine be Rhinish. Our fatherland can best the sparkling cup replenish.
Boring a hole in the edge of the table at the place where Frosh sits.
Give me a little wax to make the stopper squeak.
Ah, I perceive a juggler's trick.
To Blinda.
And you?
Champagne shall be my wine, and let it sparkle fresh and fine.
Bores. In the meantime, one has made the wax stoppers and plugged the holes with them.
What's foreign one can't always keep quite clear of, for good things oft are not so near. A German can't endure the French to see or hear of, yet drinks their wines with hearty cheer.
As Mephistopheles approaches his seat.
For me, I grant, sour wine is out of place. Fill up my glass with sweetest, will you?
Boring.
To case I'll flow at once to feel you.
No. Look me, sirs, straight in the face. I see you have your fun at our expense.
Oh no, with gentlemen of such pretense, better to venture far indeed. Speak out and make your choice with speed. With what a vintage can I serve you?
With any. Only satisfy our need.
After the holes have been bored and plugged, with singular gestures.
Grapes the wine stem bears, horns the he good wears. The grapes are juicy, the wines are good. The wooden table gives wine as good. Into the depths of nature peer, only believe there's a miracle here. Now draw the stoppers and drink your fill.
As they draw out the stoppers and the wine which has been desired flows into the glass of each.
Oh, beautiful fountain that flows at will.
But have a care that you nothing spill.
They drink repeatedly. Sing.
As
500 hopes
we
feel so cannot jolly.
See, now the race is happy. It is free.
To leave them is my inclination.
Take notice first. Your bestiality will make a brilliant demonstration.
Drinks carelessly, the wine spills upon the earth and turns to flame.
Help! Fire! Help! Hellfire is sent!
Charming away the flame.
Be quiet, friendly element.
To the revelers.
A bit of purgatory to us for this time merely.
What mean you? Wait! You'll pay for it dearly. You'll know us to your detriment.
Don't try that game a second time upon us.
I think we'd better send him packing quietly.
What, sir? You dare to make so free and play your hocus-pocus on us?
Be still, old wine tub.
Broomstick, you face it out, impertinent and heady.
Just wait, a shower of blows is ready.
Draws a stopper out of the table. Fire flies in his face.
I burn! I burn!
'Tis magic! Strike! The knave is outlawed! Cut him as you like!
They draw their knives and rush upon Mephistopheles. With solemn gestures,
false word and a form of air, chains, place and sense and snare, be here and there.
they stand amazed and look at each other.
Where am I? What a lovely land.
Vines? Can I trust my eyes?
And purple grapes at hand.
Here over this green arbor bending, see what a vine, what grapes depending.
He takes Sibyl by the nose. The others do the same reciprocally and raise their knives. As above,
Lose error from their eyes the band, and how the devil jest, be now enlightened.
he disappears with Faust. The revelers start and separate.
What happened?
How?
Was that your nose I tightened?
To Sibyl,
And yours still I have in hand?
It was a blow that went through every limb. Give me a chair. I sink. My senses swim.
But what has happened? Tell me now.
Where is he? If I catch the scoundrel hiding, he shall not leave alive, I vow.
I saw him with these eyes upon a wine cask riding out the cellar door just now. Still in my feet, the fright like lead is weighing.
he turns towards the table.
Why, if the fount of wine should still be playing?
Was all deceit and lying false design?
And yet it seemed as I were drinking wine.
But with the grapes, how was it, pray?
Shall one believe no miracles? Just say.
Scene 6. Witch's Kitchen. Upon a low hearth stands a great cauldron, under which a fire is burning. Various figures appear in the vapours which rise from the cauldron. An ape sits beside it, skims it and watches lest it boil over. The he-ape with the young one sits near and warms himself. Ceiling and walls are covered with the most fantastic witch implements.
These crazy signs of witches' craft repel me. I shall recover, dost thou tell me, through this insane, chaotic play? From an old hag shall I demand assistance? And will her foul mess take away full 30 years from my existence? Woe's me! Canst thou not better find? Another baffled hope must be lamented. Has nature, then, and has a noble mind, not any potent balsam yet invented?
Once more, my friend, thou talkest sensibly. There is to make the young a simpler mode than apter. But in another book it is written for thee, and the most eccentric chapter.
Yet will I know it.
Good. The method is revealed without or gold, or magic, or physician. Betake thyself to yonder field. There hoe and dig as thy condition. Restrain thyself, thy sense and will, within the narrow sphere to flourish. With unmixed food thy body nourish. Live with the ox as ox, and think it not a theft, that thou manurest the acre which thou reapest. That, trust me, is the best mode left, whereby for 80 years thy yield thou keepest.
I am not used to that. I cannot stoop to try it. To take the spade in hand and ply it, the narrow beam suits me not at all.
Then to thine aid the witch must call.
Wherefore the hag and her alone? Canst thou thyself not brew the potion?
That were a charming sport, I own. I would build 1,000 bridges meanwhile, I have a notion. Not art and science serves alone. Patience must in the work be shown. Long is the calm brain active in creation. Time only strengthens the fine fermentation. And all belonging thereunto is rare and strange, however you take it. The devil taught the thing, it is true, and yet the devil cannot make it.
Perceiving the animals,
See what a delicate race they be. That is the maid, the man is he.
to the animals,
It seems the mistress has gone away.
Carousing today. Out and about, by the chimney out.
What time takes he for dissipating?
While we toward our paws are waiting.
to Faust,
How findest thou the tender creatures?
absurder than I ever yet did see.
Why just such talk as this for me? Is that which the most attractive features?
To the animals.
But tell me now, ye cast puppets, why DST the porridge served?
We're cooking watery soup for beggars.
Then a great public you can show.
Comes up and falls on Mephistopheles.
Oh, cast thou the dice. Make me rich in a trice. Let me win in good season. Things are badly controlled. And had I but gold, so had I my reason.
How would the ape be sure his luck enhances? Could he but try the lottery's chances?
In the meantime, the young apes have been playing with a large ball which they now roll forward.
Worlds the ball doth rise and fall, and roll incessant like glass doth ring, a hollow thing. How soon will spring and drop quiescent? Here bright it gleams, here brighter seems. I live at present, dear son, I say, keep thou away. Thy doom is spoken, 'tis made of clay and will be broken.
What means the thief?
Taking it down.
Wert thou the thief, I'd know him and shame him.
He runs to the she-ape and lets her look through it.
Look through the sea. Knowst thou the thief, and darest not name him?
Approaching the fire.
And what is this part?
A fool knows it not. He knows not the pot. He knows not the kettle.
Impertinent beast.
Take the brush here, at least, and sit down on the settle.
He invites Mephistopheles to sit down. Faust, who during all this time has been standing before a mirror, now approaching and now retreating from it.
What do I see? What heavenly form revealed shows through the glass from magic's fair dominions? Oh, lend me love the swiftest of thy pinions, and bear me to her beauteous field. Ah, if I leave this spot with fond designing, if I attempt to venture near, dim as through gathering mist her charms appear, a woman's form in beauty shining. Can woman then so lovely be? And must I find her body there reclining? Of all the heavens the bright epitome? Can earth with such a thing be mated?
Why, surely, if a god first played himself 6 plays, then self-contented, bravo say, must something clever be created. This time thine eyes dissociate. I'll yet detect thy sweetheart and ensnare her. And blessed is he who has the lucky fate, someday as bridegroom home to bear her.
Faust gazes continually in the mirror. Mephistopheles, stretching himself out on the settle and playing with the brush, continues to speak.
So sit I, like the king upon his throne. I hold the scepter here, and like the crown alone.
The animals, who up to this time have been making all kinds of fantastic movements, together bring a crown to Mephistopheles with great noise.
Oh, be thou so good, with sweat and with blood, the crown to be lined.
They handle the crown awkwardly and break it into 2 pieces with which they spring around.
'Tis done, let it be. We speak and we see. We hear and we run.
Before the mirror.
Woe's me. I fear to lose my wits.
Pointing to the animals.
My own head now is really nigh to sinking.
Lucky our hits, and everything fits. 'Tis thoughts we're thinking.
As above.
My bosom burns with that sweet vision. Let us with speed away from here.
Insane attitude.
One must at least make this admission. They are poets, genuine and sincere.
The cauldron which the she-ape has up to this time neglected to watch begins to boil over. There ensues a great flame which blazes out the chimney. The witch comes careering down through the flame with terrible cries.
Ow! 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 The damned beast! The cursed
the kettle and singe the frow. Accursed fear.
Perceiving Faust and Mephistopheles,
What is that here? Who are you here? What wants you thus? Who sneaks to us? The fire pain burns bone and brain.
she plunges the skimming ladle into the cauldron and scatters flames towards Faust, Mephistopheles, and the animals. The animals whimper. Mephistopheles, reversing the brush, which he has been holding in his hand, and striding among the jars and glasses.
Into, there lies the brew, there lies the glass, the joke will pass, as time call out, to the singing of thy crew.
As the witch starts back, full of wrath and horror.
Ha, know'st thou me, abomination thou? Know'st thou at last thy lord and master? What hinders me from smiting now thee and thy monkey sprites which fell disaster? Hast for the scarlet coat no reverence? Dost recognize no more the tall cock's figure? Have I concealed discountenance? Must tell my name, old face of leather.
Oh, pardon, sir, the rough salute. Yet I perceive no cloven foot. And both your ravens, where are they now?
This time I lately escaped death, for since we two together met, it is verily full many a day now. Culture would smooth the whole world lit, also unto the devil's sticks. The days of the old northern phantom now are over, where canst thou haunt and tail and claws discover. And as regards the foot, which I cannot spare in truth, it would only make the people shun me. Therefore I have worn, like many a spindly year, false carbs these many years upon me.
Dancing.
Reason and sense forsake my brain, since I behold Squire Satan here again.
Woman, from such a name refrain.
Why so? What has it done to thee?
It has long been written in the book of fable, yet therefore no whit better man we see. The evil one has left, the evil ones are stable. Sir Baron, call me thou, then is the matter good. A Cazelia am I, like others in my bearing. Thou hast no doubt about my noble blood. See, here is a coat of arms that I am wearing.
He makes an indecent gesture, laughs immoderately.
Ha ha ha! That's just your way. I know. A rogue you are, and you were always so.
To Faust.
My friend, take proper heed, I pray. To manage riches, this is just the way.
Wherein, sirs, can I be pleased?
Give us a goblet of the well-known juice, but I must beg you of the oldest brewage. The years the double strength produce.
With all my heart. Now, here's the bottle wherefrom sometimes I wet my throttle, which also not the slightest stinks, and willingly it lasts on the limb. Yet this man without due preparation drinks, as well thou knowest. Within an hour, 'twill kill him.
He is a friend of mine, with whom it will agree, and he deserves thy kitchen's best potation. Come, draw thy circle, speak thine exuration, and fill thy goblet full and free.
The witch, with fantastic gestures, draws a circle and places mysterious articles therein. Meanwhile, the glasses begin to ring, the cauldron to sound, and make a musical accompaniment. Finally, she brings a great book and stations in the circle the apes, who are obliged to serve as reading desks and to hold the torches. She then beckons Faust to approach. To Mephistopheles.
Now what shall come of this? The creature's antic, the crazy stuff, the gestures frantic, all the repulsive cheats I view are known to me and hated too.
Oh, nonsense, that is a thing for laughter. Don't be so terribly severe. She juggles you as doctor now, that after the beverage may walk the proper cheer.
The witch begins to declaim with much emphasis from the book.
See, thus it's done. Make 10 of 1, and 2 let's be, make even 3. And rich thou it be, cast o'er the 4. From 5 and 6, the witch's tricks, make 7 and 8, 'tis finished straight. And 9 is 1, and 10 is none. This is the witches. Once one's one.
She talks like one who raves in fever.
Thou wilt hear much more before we leave her. It is all the same, the book I can repeat. Such time I have squandered over the history. A contradiction does complete. Is always for the wise, no less than fools, a mystery. The art is old and new, for verily all ages have been taught the matter, by 3 and 1 and 1 and 3. Error instead of truth to scatter. They prayed and teach, and no one to obey. All from the fellowship of fools are shrink. Man usually believes if only words he hears, that also with them goes material for thinking.
The witch continued.
The lofty skill of science still, from all men deeply hidden, who takes no thought, to him 'tis brought, 'tis given unsought, unbidden.
What nonsense she declaims before us. My head is nigh to split, I fear. It seems to me as if I hear 100,000 fools in chorus.
All civil excellent, enough of exaggeration. But hither bring us thy potation, and quickly fill the beaker to the brim. This drink will bring my friend no injury. He is a man of manifold degree, and many draughts are known to him.
The witch, with many ceremonies, pours the drink into a cup. As Faust sets it to his lips, a light flame arises.
Down with it quickly. Drain it off. It will warm thy heart with new desire. Art with the devil hand and glow. And wilt thou be afraid of fire?
The witch breaks the circle. Faust steps forth.
And now away. Thou darest not rest.
And much good may the liquor do thee.
To the witch.
Thy wish on Walpurgis night expressed, what boon I have, shall then be given unto thee.
Here is a song which if you sometimes sing, you'll find it a peculiar operation.
To Faust.
Come, walk at once. A rapid occupation must start the needful perspiration, and through thy frame the lighter spot and flame. The noble indolence I'll teach thee then to treasure, and soon thou wilt be aware, with keenest thrills of pleasure, how Cupid's tears and lips on light and restless wing.
One rapid glance within the mirror give me how beautiful that woman form.
No, no, the paragon of all, believe me. Thou soon shalt see, alive and whole.
Aside.
Thou wilt find this drink thy blood compelling, each woman beautiful as a Helen.
End of scene 6. End of section. Scenes 7 to 12 of Faust. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Faust, Part 1, by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. Scene 7. Street. Faust. Margaret passing by.
Fair lady, let it not offend you that arm and escort I would lend you.
I'm neither lady, neither fair, and home I can go without your care.
She releases herself and exits.
By heaven, the girl is wondrous fair. Of all I've seen beyond compare, so sweetly virtuous and pure, and yet a little pert, be sure. The lips so red, the cheeks clear dawn, I'll not forget while the world rolls on. how she cast down her timid eyes. Deep in my heart imprinted lies. How short and sharp of speech was she. Why, 'twas a real ecstasy.
Mephistopheles enters.
Here, of that girl I'd have possession.
Which then?
The one who just went by.
She did. She is coming from confession of every sin absorbed, for I, behind her chair, was listening nigh. So innocent is she indeed, that to confess she had no need. I have no power over souls so green.
And yet she's older than 14.
How now? You are talking like Jack Ray, who for every flower for himself would take, and fancy there are no favors more, nor honors save for him in store. Yet always doesn't the thing succeed.
Most worthy pedagogue, take heed. Let not a word of moral law be spoken. I claim, I tell thee, all my right, and if that image of delight rest not within mine arms tonight, at midnight our compact is broken.
But think the chances of the case. I need at least a fortnight's space to find that opportune occasion.
Had I but 7 hours for all, I should not on the devil call, but win her by my own possession.
You almost like a Frenchman, friend. Yet pray, don't take it as a knife. Why all at once exhaust the giants? Your bliss is by no means so great as if you would use to get controlled all sorts of tendering marrow, and knead and shape hard to your thought, as in Italian tales it is taught.
Without that, I have appetite.
But now, leave jesting out of sight. I tell you once for all, that speed with this fair goal will not succeed. By storms it cannot capture the field. We must make use of strategy.
Get me something the angel keeps. Lead me thither where she sleeps. Get me a kerchief from her breast, a garter that her knee has pressed.
That you may see how much I would faith, Father, and satisfy your pay. We will no longer lose a minute. I'll find her room today and take you in it.
And shall I see, possess her?
No, unto a neighbor she must go. And meanwhile thou alone mayst glow with every hope of future pleasure, breathing her atmosphere in fullest measure.
Can we go thither?
It is too early yet.
A gift for her I bid thee get.
Exit.
Presents at once. That's good. He's the thing to get at heart. Full many a pleasant place I know, and treasures buried long ago. I must perforce look after matter.
Exit. Scene 8. Evening. A small, neatly kept chamber. Margaret, plaiting and binding up the braids of her hair.
I'd give something, could I but say, who was that gentleman today? Surely a gallant man was he, and of a noble family, and much could I in his face behold, and he wouldn't else have been so bold.
Exit.
Come in, but gently. Follow me.
Leave me alone, I beg of thee.
Prying about.
Not every girl gives things so neat.
Looking around.
Oh, welcome, twilight soft and sweet, that breathes throughout this hallowed shrine. Sweet pain of love, bind thou with fetters fleet the heart that on the dew of hope must pine. How all around a sense impresses of quiet order and content. This poverty what bounty blesses, what bliss within this narrow den is pent.
He throws himself into a leathern armchair near the bed.
Receive me, thou, that in thine open arms departed joy and pain wert wont to gather. How oft the children with their ruddy charms hung here, around this throne where sat the Father. Perchance my love, amid the childish band, grateful for gifts the holy Christmas gave her, here meekly kiss the grandsire's withered hand. I feel, O maid, thy very soul of order and content around me whisper, which leads thee with its motherly control. The cloth upon thy board bids smoothly thee unroll. The sand beneath thy feet makes whiter, crisper. O dearest hand, to thee 'tis given to change this hut into a lower heaven. And here...
He lifts one of the bed curtains.
What sweetest thrill is in my blood? Here could I spend whole hours delaying. Here nature shaped as if in sportive playing the angel blossom from the bud. Here lay the child with life's warm essence, the tender bosom filled and fair. And here was wrought through holier, purer presence, the form diviner beings wear. Aye, what drew me here with power? How deeply am I moved this hour? What seek I? Why so full my heart and sore? Miserable Faust, I know thee now no more. Is there a magic vapor here? I came with lust of instant pleasure, and lie dissolved in dreams of love's sweet leisure. Are we the sport of every changeful atmosphere? And if this moment came she in to me, how would I for the fault atonement render? How small the giant lout would be, prone at her feet, relaxed and tender.
Be quick, I see her there returning.
Go, go, I never will retreat.
Here is a cascade not unneat, which elsewhere I have just been on. Here, set it in the press, with haste. I swear, it will turn her head to spy. Some bubbles I daring had placed, that you might win another by it. True, child is child, and play is play.
I know not. Should I do it?
Ask you, pray. Yourself perhaps would keep the bubble. Then I suggest it were fair and just to spare the lovely day your last, and spare to me the further trouble. You are not miserly, I trust. I rub my hands with expectation tender.
He places the casket in the press and locks it again.
Now quick away, the sweet young maiden to betray, so that by wish and will you banned her. And you look as though to the lecture hall you were forced to go, as if stood before you grey and low, physics and metaphysics both. But away.
Exeunt. Margaret with a lamp.
It is so close, so sultry here.
She opens the window.
And yet 'tis not so warm outside. I feel, I know not why, such fear. Would mother came. Where can she bide? My body's chill and shuddering. I'm but a silly, fearsome thing.
She begins to sing while undressing.
There was a king in Thule, was faithful till the grave, to whom his mistress dying a golden goblet gave. Naught was to him more precious, he drained it at every bound. His eyes with tears ran over, as oft as he drank thereout. When came his time of dying, the tales in his land he told, naught else to his head denying, except the goblet of gold. He sat at the royal banquet, with his knights of high degree, in the lofty hall of his fathers, in the castle by the sea. There stood the old carousel, and drank the last life glow, and hurled the hallowed goblet into the tide below. He saw it plunging and filling, and sinking deep in the sea. Then fell his eyelids forever, and never more drag he.
She opens the press in order to arrange her clothes and perceives the casket of jewels.
How comes that lovely casket here to me? I locked the press, most certainly. 'Tis truly wonderful. What can within it be? Perhaps 'twas bought by someone as a pawn, and mother gave a loan thereon. And here there hangs a key to fit. I have a mind to open it. What is that? God in heaven, whence came such things? Never beheld I aught so fair. Rich ornaments, such as a noble dame on highest holidays might wear. How would the pearl chain suit my hair? Ah, who may all this splendour own?
She adorns herself with the jewellery and steps before the mirror.
Were but the earrings mine, alone. One has at once another air. What helps one's beauty? Youthful blood. One may possess them, well and good, but none the more do others care. They praise us half in pity, sure. To gold still tends, on gold depends all. All. Alas, we poor.
Scene 9. Promenade. Faust walking thoughtfully up and down. To him, Mephistopheles.
By all love ever rejected, by hellfire hot and unsparing. I wish I knew something worse that I might use it for swearing.
What ails thee? What is it grips thee, elf? A face like thine beheld I never.
I would myself unto the devil deliver, if I were not a devil myself.
Thy head is out of order, sadly. It much becomes thee to be raving madly.
Just think, the pocket of the priest should get the trinkets left for Margaret. The mother saw them, and instanter a secret dread began to haunt her. Keen scent has she for tainted air. She snuffs within her book of prayer, and smells each article to see if sacred or profane it be. So here she guessed, from every gem, that not much blessing came with death. My child, she said, ill-gotten good ensnares the soul, consumes the blood. Before the Mother of God we will lay it, with heavenly manner she will replace. But Margaret thought with soul could make, a gift horse is not out of place. And truly godless cannot be the one who brought such things to me. A person came, by the mother bidden. He saw at once where the game was hidden, and viewed it with a favour still there. His pain, that is the proper view, to overcome it we net do. The Holy Church has a stomach healthy, hath eaten many a land as for feed, and never yet complained of surfeit. The Church alone, beyond all question, has for ill-gotten good the right digestion.
A general practice is the same which Jew and king may also claim.
Then make the spangles, chains, and rings, as if but toadstools were the thing, and thanked no less and thanked no more than if a sack of nuts he bore, promised them fullest heavenly pay, and deeply edified were they.
And Margaret?
Sits unrestful still, and knows not what she should or will, thinks on the jewels day and night, but more on him who gave her such delight.
The darling's sorrow gives me pain. Get thou a set for her again. The first was not a great display.
Oh yes, the gentleman finds it all child's play.
Fix and arrange it to my will, and on her neighbor try thy skill. Don't be a devil stiff as paste, but get fresh jewels to her taste.
Yes, gracious sir, in all obedience.
Exit Faust.
Such an enamored fool in air would blow, sun, moon, and all the starry legions, to give his sweetheart a diabotic show.
Exit. Scene 10. The neighbour's house. Martha, solus.
God forgive my husband, yet he hasn't done his duty by me. Off in the world he went straightway, left me lie in the straw where I lay. And truly I did not fret him. God knows I loved and can't forget him.
She weeps.
Perhaps he's even dead. Ah, woe. Had I a certificate to show?
Margaret comes.
Dame Martha.
Margaret, what's happened to thee?
I scarce can stand, my knees are trembling. I find a box, the first resembling within my press, of ebony and things, all splendid to behold, and richer far than were the old.
You mustn't tell it to your mother. 'Twould go to the priest, as did the other.
Look and see, just look and see.
Martha adorning her.
Oh, what a blessed luck for thee!
But in the streets I dare not bear them, nor in the church be seen to wear them.
Yet thou canst often this way wander, and secretly the jewels don. Walk up and down an hour before the mirror yonder. We'll have our private joy therein, and then a chance will come, a holiday, when piece by piece can one the things abroad display. A chain at first, then other ornament. Thy mother will not see, and stories will invent.
Whoever could have bought me things so precious? That something's wrong, I feel suspicious.
A knock.
Good heaven, my mother can that have been?
Martha peeping through the blind.
'Tis some strange gentleman. Come in.
Mephistopheles enters.
That I so boldly introduce me. I beg you, ladies, to excuse me.
Steps back reverently on seeing Margaret.
For Martha Sweetleen, I'll inquire.
I'm she. What does the gentleman desire?
Mephistopheles aside to her.
It is enough that you are she. You have a visitor of high degree. Pardon the freedom I have taken. Will afternoon return again.
Martha aloud.
Of all things in the world, just here, he takes thee for a lady, dear.
I am a creature young and poor. The gentleman's too kind, I'm sure. The jewels don't belong to me.
Not alone the jewelry. The look, the manner both betray. Rejoiced am I that I may stay.
What is your business, I would fain?
I would I had a more cheerful strain. Take not unkindly its repeating. Your husband is dead, and sends a greeting.
Is dead? Alas, that heart so true! My husband dead! Let me die too!
Dearest dame, let not your courage fail.
Hear me relate the mournful tale.
Therefore I'd never love, believe me. A loss like this to death would grieve me.
Joy follows woo, woo after joy comes flying.
Relate his life sad close to me.
In Padua buried he is lying, beside the good Saint Anthony, within a grave well consecrated, for cool eternal rest created.
He gave you further no commission?
Yes, one of weight, with many shies, 300 masses by, to save him from perdition. My hands are empty otherwise.
What? Not a pocket piece? No jewelry? What every journeyman within his wallet spares, and as a token with him bears, and rather starves or begs than loses?
Madam, it is a grief to me, yet on my word, his cash was put to proper uses. Besides, his penitence was very sore, and lamented his ill fortune all the more.
Alack, that men are so unfortunate. Surely for his soul's sake full many a prayer I'll proffer.
You will deserve a speedy marriage offer. You are so kind, compassionate.
Oh no, as yet it would not do.
If not a husband, then a beau for you. It is the greatest heavenly blessing, to have a dear thing for one's caressing.
The country's custom is not so.
Custom or not, it happens though.
Continue, pray!
I stood beside his bed of dying. It was something better than many a half-rotten straw, and yet he died a Christian sure. And found that heavier scores to his account were lying. He cried, I find my conduct wholly hateful. To leave my wife my tread in manner so ungrateful. Oh, the remembrance makes me die. Would of my wrong to her I might be shriven.
Martha weeping.
The dear good man! Long since was he forgiven.
Yet see, God knows, was more to blame than I.
He lied? What? On the brink of death he slandered?
In the last throes his senses wandered, if by such things but half can judge. He said, I had no time for play, for giving freedom. First children, and then work for bread to feed them. For bread, in the widest sense, to drudge, and could not even eat my share in peace and quiet.
Had he all love, all faith forgotten in his riot? My work and worry day and night?
Not so. The memory of it touched him quite. Said he, when I from Malta went away, my prayers for wife and little ones were jealous. And such luck from heaven befell us, we made a Turkish merchantman our prey, that to the Sultan bore a mighty treasure. Then I received, as was most fit, since bravery was paid in fullest measure, my well-apportioned share of it.
Say how? Say where? If buried, did he own it?
Who knows now, whether the four winds have blown it. A fair young damsel took him in her care, as he in Naples wandered round unfriended, and see much love, much fate to him did bear, so that he felt it till his days were ended.
The villain! From his children thieving! Even all the misery on him cast could not prevent his shameful way of living.
But see, he is dead therefrom at last. Were I in your place, do not doubt me, I would mourn him decently a year, and for another keep meanwhile my eyes about me.
Oh God, another one so dear as was my first, this world will hardly give me. There never was a sweeter fool than mine. Only he loved to roam and leave me, and foreign wenches and foreign wine, and the damned throw of dice indeed.
Well, well, that might have done. However, if he had only been as clever, and treated your slips with as little heed, I swear, with this condition too, I would myself change rings with you.
The gentleman is pleased to jest.
I will cut away betimes from here. She'll take the devil at his word, I fear.
To Margaret.
How fares the heart within your breast?
What means the gentleman?
Aside.
Sweet innocent thou art.
Aloud.
Ladies, farewell.
Farewell.
A moment ere we part. I'd like to have a legal witness. Where, how, and when he died to certify his fitness. Irregular ways I've always hated. I want his death in the weekly paper stated.
Yes, my good dame. A pair of witnesses, always the truth establishes. I have a friend of high condition who will also add his deposition. I will bring him here.
Good sir, pray do.
And this young lady will be present too. A gallant youth has travelled far. Ladies with him delighted are.
Before him I should blush ashamed.
Before no king that could be named.
Behind the house, in my garden then. This eve will expect the gentleman.
Scene 11. A street. Faust.
How is it? Underway? And soon complete?
Mephistopheles.
Ah, bravo! Do I find you fine? Well, Margaret soon will steal your yarning. At neighbor Martha's you will this evening meet. A fitter woman never was made to ply the pimp and gypsy trade.
'Tis well.
Yet something is required from us.
One service pays the other thus.
We have but to make a deposition valid, that now her husband's limbs, outstretched and pallid, at Padua rest, in consecrated soil.
Most wise. And first, of course, we'll make the journey thither.
Sancta Simplicitas, no need of such a toil. Depose with knowledge or without it, either.
If you'd naught better, then I'll tear your pretty plan.
Now, there you are, O holy man. Is it the first time in your life you are driven to bear false witness in a case? of God the world and all that in it has a place, of man and all that moves the being of his race. Have you not terms and definitions given, with present forehead, daring breast? And if you will probe the thing profoundly, knew you so much and you will confess it roundly, as here of swirling stead and place of rest.
Thou art, and thou remainst, a sophist, liar.
Yes, knew I not more deeply thy desire. For wilt thou not no lover fairer, poor Margaret flatter, and ensnare her, and all thy soul's devotion swear her?
And from my heart.
It is very fine, thine endless love, thy fate assured, the one almighty force enduring. Will that too prompt this heart of thine?
Hold, hold, it will. If such my flame, and for the sense and power intense I seek, and cannot find a name, then range with all my senses through creation, craving the speech of inspiration, and call this ardor so supernal, endless, eternal, and eternal. Is that a devilish lying game?
And yet I am right.
Mark this, I beg of thee, and spare my lungs henceforth. Whoever intends to have the right, if but his tongue be clever, will have it certainly. But come, the further talking brings disgust, for thou art right, especially since I must.
Scene 12. Garden. Margaret on Faust's arm. Martyr and Mephistopheles walking up and down.
I feel the gentleman allows for me, demeans himself, and shames me by it. A traveller is so used to be, kindly content with any diet. I know too well that my poor gossip can never entertain such an experienced man.
A look from thee, a word more entertains than all the lore of wisest brains.
He kisses her hand.
Don't incommode yourself. How could you ever kiss it? It is so ugly, rough to see. What work I do, how hard and steady is it? Mother is much too close with me.
They pass.
And you, sir, travel always, do you not?
Alas, that trade and duty are so harried. With what a pang one leaves so many a part, and dares not even now and then to tarry.
In young, wild years it suits your ways, this round and round the world in freedom sweeping. But then come on the evil days, and so as bachelor into his grave a-creeping, none ever found a thing to praise.
I dread to see how such a fate advances.
Then, worthy sir, improve betimes your chances.
They pass.
Yes, out of sight is out of mind, your courtesy and easy graces, but you have friends in other places, and sensibler than I you'll find.
Trust me, dear heart, what men call sensible is oft mere vanity and narrowness.
How so?
Ah, that simplicity and innocence ne'er know themselves, their holy value and their spell. That meekness, lowliness, the highest graces, which nature portions out so lovingly.
So you but think a moment's space on me. All times I'll have to think of you, all places.
No doubt you're much alone.
Yes, for our household small has grown, yet must be cared for, you will own. We have no maid, I do the knitting, sewing, sweeping, the cooking, early work, and late in fact. And mother, in her notions of housekeeping, is so exact. Not that she needs so much to keep expenses down. We, more than others, might take comfort rather. A nice estate was left us by my father, a house, a little garden near the town. But now my days have less of noise and hurry. My brother is a soldier, my little sister's dead. True, with the child a troubled life I led, yet I would take again, and willing all the worry. So very dear was she.
An angel if like thee.
I brought it up, and it was fond of me. Father had died before it saw the light. A mother's case seemed hopeless quite. So weak and miserable she lay, and she recovered then so slowly, day by day. She could not think herself of giving the poor wee thing its natural living, and so I nursed it all alone, with milk and water, 'twas my own, lulled in my lap with many a song. It smiled and tumbled and grew strong.
The purest bliss was surely then thy dower.
But surely also many a weary hour I kept the baby's cradle near my bed at night. If 't even stirred, I'd guess it, and waking here, and I must nurse it, warm beside me press it, and oft to quiet it my bed forsake, and dandling back and forth the restless creature take. Then at the wash-tub stand at morning's break, and then the marketing and kitchen tending, day after day the same thing, never ending. One's spirits, sir, are thus not always good, but then one learns to relish rest and food.
They pass.
Yes, the poor women are bad off, 'tis true. A stubborn bachelor, there's no converting.
It but depends upon the like of you, and I should turn to better ways than flirting.
Speak plainly, sir. Have you no one detected? Has not your heart been anywhere subjected?
The proverb says, one's own warm heart and a good wife are gold and jewels worth.
I mean, have you not felt desire, though ne'er so slightly?
I have everywhere, in fact, been entertained politely.
I meant to say, were you not touched in earnest ever?
One should allow oneself to jest with ladies never.
Ah, you don't understand.
I am sorry I am so blind, but I am sure that you are very kind.
They pass.
And me, thou angel, didst thou recognize, as through the garden gate I came?
Did you not see it? I cast down my eyes.
And thou forgivest my freedom, and the blame to my impertinence befitting as the cathedral thou wert quitting?
I was confused. The like ne'er happened to me. No one could ever speak to my discredit. Ah, thought I, in my conduct has he read it, something immodest or unseemly free. He seemed to have the sudden feeling that with this wench 'twere very easy dealing. I will confess, I knew not what appeal on your behalf here in my bosom grew, but I was angry with myself to feel that I could not be angrier with you.
Sweet darling.
Wait a while.
She plucks a starflower and pulls off the leaves one after the other.
Shall that a nosegay be?
No, it is just in play.
How?
Go, you'll laugh at me.
She pulls off the leaves and murmurs.
What murmurest thou?
Half aloud.
He loves me not.
Thou sweet angelic soul.
Margaret continues.
Loves me not.
Plucking the last leaf, she cries with frank delight.
He loves me.
Yes, child, and let this blossom word for thee be speech divine. He loves thee. Ah, knowest thou what it means? He loves thee.
He grasps both her hands.
I'm all a tremble.
Oh, tremble not, but let this look, let this warm clasp of hands declare thee what is unspeakable. To yield one, wholly, and to feel a rapture in yielding, that must be eternal. Eternal, for the end would be despair. No ending, no ending.
Marta coming forward.
The night is falling.
Aye, we must away.
I'd ask you longer here to tarry, but evil tongues in this town have full play. It's as if nobody had nothing to fetch and carry, nor other labor, but spying all the doings of one's neighbor, and one becomes the talk, do whatsoever one may. Where is our couple now?
Flown up the alley yonder, the willful summer bird,
He seems of her still fonder.
and she of him. So runs the world away.
End of scene 12. End of section. Scenes 13 to 19 of Faust. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Faust, Part 1, by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. Scene 13, a garden arbor. Margaret comes in, conceals herself behind the door, puts her finger to her lips, and peeps through the crack.
He comes.
Faust, entering.
Ah, rogue, a tease thou art. I have thee.
He kisses her. Margaret, clasping him and returning the kiss.
Dearest man, I love thee from my heart.
Mephistopheles knocks. Faust, stamping his foot.
Who's there?
A friend.
A beast.
It is time to separate.
Marta, coming.
Yes, sir, 'tis late.
May I not then upon you wait?
My mother would. Farewell.
Ah, can I not remain? Farewell.
Adieu.
And soon to meet again.
Exeunt Faust and Mephistopheles.
Dear God, however is it such a man can think and know so much? I stand ashamed and in amaze and answer yes to all he says. A poor unknowing child, and he, I can't think what he finds in me.
Exit. Scene 14, Forest and Cavern. Faust, Solus.
Spirit sublime, thou gavest me all for which I prayed. Not unto me in vain hast thou thy countenance revealed in fire. Thou gavest me nature as a kingdom grand, with power to feel and to enjoy it. Thou not only cold, amazed acquaintance yieldst, but grantest that in her profoundest breast I gaze as in the bosom of a friend. The ranks of living creatures thou dost lead before me, teaching me to know my brothers in air and water in the silent wood. And when the storm in forest roars and grinds, the giant firs in falling, neighbor boughs and neighbor trunks with crushing weight bear down, and falling fill the hills with hollow thunders, then to the cave secure thou leadest me. Then showest me mine own self, and in my breast the deep mysterious miracles unfold. And when the perfect moon before my gaze comes up with soothing light, around me float from every precipice and thicket damp the silvery phantoms of the ages past, and temper the austere delight of thought. That nothing can be perfect unto man, I now am conscious. With this ecstasy, which brings me near and nearer to the gods, thou gavest the comrade whom I now no more can do without. Though cold and scornful, he demeans me to myself, and with a breath, a word, transforms thy gifts to nothingness. Within my breast he fans a lawless fire, unwearied for that fair and lovely form. Thus in desire I hasten to enjoyment, and in enjoyment pine to feel desire.
Mephistopheles enters.
Have you not led this life quite long enough? How can a further test delight you? It is very well that once one tries the stuff, but something new must then require you.
Would there were other work for thee. To plague my day auspicious thou returnest.
Well, I'll engage to let thee be. Thou darest not tell me so in earnest. The loss of thee were truly very slight. Comrade crazy, rude, repelling. One has one's hands full all day and night. If what one does or leaves undone is right. From such a face as thine there is no telling.
There is again thy proper tone. That thou hast bored me, I must thankful be.
Poor son of earth, how couldst thou alone have led thy life bereft of me? I, for a time at least, have worked thy cure. Thy fancy's rickets plague thee not at all, had I not been so hast thou sure worked thyself off this earthly ball. Why here to caverns, rocky hollows slinking, sitst thou, as it were an owl a-blinking? Why vexed from sodden moss and dripping stone, toad-like thy nourishment alone? A fine way this thy time to fill, the doctor is in thy body still.
What fresh and vital forces, canst thou guess, spring from my commerce with the wilderness? But if thou hadst the power of guessing, thou wouldst be devil enough to grudge my soul the blessing.
A blessing drawn from supernatural fountains, in night and dew to lie upon the mountain. All heaven and earth in rapture penetrate, thyself to godhood hostily inflame, to grub with yearning force through earth's dark marrow, compress the 6 days' work within thy bosom narrow, to taste I know not what in hot devour, thine own ecstatic life on things shower, thine earthly self behind thee cast, and then the lofty instinct that,
with a gesture,
at last, I dare not say how, to pluck the final flower.
Shame on thee!
Yes, thou findest that unpleasant. Thou hast the moral right to cry me shame at present. One dares not that before jest years declare, which jest heart notwithstanding cannot spare. And once for all I grudge thee not the pleasure of lying to thyself in moderate measure. But such a course thou wilt not long endure. Already art thou overexcited, and if it lust, wilt soon be plighted to madness and to horror sure. Enough of that, thy love is only yonder, by all things sudden and oppressed, our thoughts and yearnings cease thee, cancerous monster, my love is in her breast. First came thy passion's flood and poured around her, as when from melted snow a streamlet overflows. Thou hast dared it so filled and drowned her, that now thy stream all shallow shows. Methinks, instead of in the forest's lord, the noble star should find it good, the love of this young silly blood at once to set about rewarding. Her time is miserably long. She haunts our winter, watching cows that stray over the old city wall and far away. Where I a little bird, so runs her song, day long and half night long. Now she is lively, mostly sad. Now waked beyond her terror, then again quiet the empty. Always love man.
Serpent! Serpent!
Mephistopheles aside.
Ha! Do I trap thee?
Get thee away with thine offences, reprobate. Name not that fairest thing, nor the desire for her sweet body bring again before my half-distracted senses.
What wouldst thou then? Methinks that thou art flown, and half thou art, I own.
Yet am I near, and love keeps watch and ward. Though I were ne'er so far, it cannot falter. I envy even the body of the Lord, the touching of her lips before the altar.
It is very well, my envy oft reposes on your twin pair that feed among the roses.
Away, thou pimp!
You rave, and it is fun to me. The God who fashioned youth and maid perceived the noblest purpose of his trade, and also met their opportunity. Go on, it is a woo profound. It is for your sweetheart's room you are bound, and not for that indeed.
What are within her arms the heavenly blisses? Though I be glowing with her kisses, do I not always share her need? I am the fugitive, all houseless roaming, the monster without air or rest, that like a cataract, down rocks and gorges foaming, leaps maddened into the abyss's breast. And sideward she, with young unwakened senses, within her cabin on the alpine field, her simple homely life commences, her little world therein concealed. And I, God's hate flung o'er me, had not enough to thrust the stubborn rocks before me and strike them into dust. She and her peace I yet must undermine. Thou, hell, hast claimed this sacrifice as thine. Help, devil, through the coming pangs to push me. What must be, let it quickly be. Let fall on me her fate, and also crush me. One ruin whelm both her and me.
Again it feeds, again it glows. Thou fool, go in and comfort her. When such a head as thine no outlet knows, it thinks the end must soon occur. Hail him who keeps a steadfast mind. Thou else dost dwell the devil nature wear. Not so insipid in the world I find, as is a devil in despair.
Scene 15. Margaret's room. Margaret at the spinning wheel, alone.
My peace is gone. My heart is sore. I never shall find it. Ah, never more, save I have him near. The grave is here. The world is gall and bitterness all. My poor weak head is racked and crazed. My thought is lost, my sense is mazed. My peace is gone. My heart is sore. I never shall find it. Ah, never more. To see him, him only at the pain I sit. To meet him, him only, the house I quit. His lofty gait, his noble size, the smile of his mouth, the power of his eyes, and the magic flow of his talk, the bliss in the clasp of his hand, and ah, his kiss. My peace is gone, my heart is sore. I never shall find it, ah, never more. My bosom yearns for him alone. Ah, dared I clasp him, and hold, and own, and kiss his mouth to heart's desire, and on his kisses, at last, expire.
Scene 16. Martyr's Garden. Margaret.
Promise me, Henry.
Faust.
What I can.
How is't with thy religion, pray? Thou art a dear, good-hearted man, and yet I think dost not incline that way.
Leave that, my child. Thou know'st my love is tender. For love, my blood and life would I surrender. And as for faith and church, I grant to each his own.
That's not enough. We must believe thereon.
Must we?
Would that I had some influence. Then too thou honourest not the holy sacraments.
I honour them.
Desiring no possession. 'Tis long since thou hast been to mass or to confession. Believest thou in God?
My darling, who shall dare? I believe in God to say. Ask priest or sage the answer to declare, and it will seem a mocking play, a sarcasm on the asker.
Then thou believest not?
Hear me not falsely, sweetest countenance. Who dare express him, and who profess him, saying, I believe in him? Who, feeling, seeing, deny his being, saying, I believe him not? The all-enfolding, the all-upholding, holds and upholds he not thee, me, himself? Arches not there the sky above us? Lies not beneath us firm the earth? And rise not on us shining, friendly, the everlasting stars? Look I not eye to eye on thee, and feel'st not, thronging to head and heart, the force still weaving its eternal secret, invisible, visible, round thy life? Vast as it is, fill with that force thy heart, and when thou in the feeling wholly blessed art, call it then what thou wilt. Call it bliss, heart, love, God. I have no name to give it. Feeling is all in all. The name is sound and smoke, obscuring heaven's clear glow.
All that is fine and good. To hear it so, much the same way the preacher spoke, only with slightly different phrases.
The same thing in all places, all hearts that beat beneath the heavenly day, each in its language say, why then not I in mine as well?
To hear it thus it may seem passable, and yet some hitch in there must be, for thou hast no Christianity.
Dear love.
I've long been grieved to see that thou art in such company.
How so?
The man who with thee goes, thy mate, within my deepest, innermost soul I hate. In all my life there's nothing has given my heart so keen a pang of loathing as his repulsive face has done.
Nay, fear him not, my sweetest one.
I feel his presence like something ill. I've else for all a kindly will, but much as my heart to see thee yearneth, the secret horror of him returneth. And I think the man a knave as I live. If I do him wrong, may God forgive.
There must be such queer birds, however.
Live with the like of him may I never. When once inside the door comes he looks around so sneeringly, and half in wrath one sees that in nothing no interest he hath. 'Tis written on his forehead, that love, to him, is a thing abhorred. I am so happy on thine arm, so free, so yielding and so warm, and in his presence stifled seems my heart.
Foreboding angel that thou art.
It overcomes me in such degree, that wheresoever he meets us even, I feel as though I'd lost my love for thee. When he is by, I could not pray to heaven, that burns within me like a flame. And surely, Henry, 'tis with thee the same.
There now is thine antipathy.
But I must go.
Ah, shall there never be a quiet hour, to see us fondly plighted with breast to breast, and soul to soul united?
Ah, if I only slept alone, I'd draw the bolts tonight for thy desire. But my mother's sleep so light has grown, and if we were discovered by her, 'twould be my death upon the spot.
Thou angel, fear it not. Here is a vial. In her drink but 3 drops of it measure, and deepest sleep will on her senses sink.
What would I not to give thee pleasure? It will not harm her when one tries it?
If it would, my love, would I advise it?
Ah, dearest man, if but thy face I see, I know not what compels me to thy will. So much have I already done for thee, that scarcely more is left me to fulfill.
Enter Mephistopheles. Exit Margaret. Mephistopheles.
The monkey, is he gone?
Hast played the spy again?
I have heard how fully she drew thee. The doctor has been capsized, it is plain. Great good I hope the thing will do thee. The girls have much desire to ascertain if one is prim and good, as ancient rules compel. If there he is led, they think he will follow them as well.
Thou monster, wilt nor see nor own how this pure soul, of faith so lowly, so loving and ineffable, the faith alone that her salvation is, with scruples holy pines, lest she hold as lost the man she loves so well?
Thou, full of sensual, supersensual desire, a girl by the nose is leading thee.
Abortion, thou, of filth and fire.
And then how masterly she reads physiognomy. When I'm present, she is impressed, she knows not how. She in my mask a hidden sense would read. She feels that surely I'm a genius now, perhaps the very devil indeed. Well, well, tonight.
What's that to thee?
Yet my delight it will also be.
Scene 17. At the fountain. Margaret and Lisbeth with pitchers. Lisbeth.
Has nothing heard of Barbara?
Margaret.
No, not a word. I go so little out.
It's true, Sibylla said today. She's played the fool at last, there's not a doubt. Such taking on of airs.
How so?
It stinks. She's feeding too whene'er she eats and drinks.
Ah.
And so, at last, it serves her rightly. She clung to the fellow so long and tightly, that was a promenading, at village and dance parading. As the first they must everywhere shine, and he treated her always to pies and wine, and she made it to do with her face so fine. So mean and shameless was her behavior. She took all the presents the fellow gave her. 'Twas kissing and coddling on and on. So now, at the end, the flower is gone.
The poor, poor thing.
Dost pity her at that? When one of us at spinning sat, and mother nights ne'er let us out the door, she sported with her paramour. on the door bench, in the passage dark, the length of the time they'd never mark. So now her head no more she'll lift, but do church penance in her sinner's shift.
You'll surely take her for his wife.
He'd be a fool. A brisk young blade has room elsewhere to ply his trade. Besides, he's gone.
That is not fair.
If him she gets, why, let her beware. The boy shall dash her wreath on the floor, and will scatter shaft before her door.
Exit. Margaret returning home.
How scornfully I once reviled, when some poor maiden was beguiled. More speech than any tongue suffices, I craved to censure others' vices. Black as it seemed, I blackened still, and blacker yet was in my will, and blessed myself and boasted high, and now a living sin am I. Yet all that drove my heart thereto, God was so good, so dear, so true.
Scene 18. Don John. In a niche of the wall, a shrine with an image of the Mater Dolorosa, pots of flowers before it. Margaret, putting fresh flowers in the pots.
Incline, O maiden, thou sorrow-laden, thy gracious countenance upon my pain. The sword thy heart in with anguish smarting, thou lookest up to where thy son is slain. Thou seest the father, thy sad sighs gather, and bear aloft thy sorrow and his pain. Ah, past guessing, beyond expressing, the pangs that wring my flesh and bone. Why this anxious heart so burneth? Why it trembleth? Why it yearneth? Knowest thou, and thou alone. Where'er I go, what sorrow, what woe and sorrow within my bosom aches. Alone and unsleeping, I'm weeping, weeping, weeping. The heart within me breaks. Pots before my window, alas, my tears did wet, as in the early morning for thee these flowers I set. But within my lonely chamber, the morning sun shone red. I sat in utter sorrow, already on my bed. Help! Rescue me from death and stain, O maiden. Thou sorrow-laden, incline thy countenance upon my pain.
Scene 19. Night. Street before Margaret's door. Valentine, a soldier, Margaret's brother.
When I have sat at some carouse, where each to each his brag allows, and many a comrade praised to me the pink of girls right loftily, with brimming glass that spilled the toast, and elbows planted as in boast, I sat in unconcerned repose, and heard the swagger as it rose. And stroking then my beard, I'd say, smiling, the bumper in my hand, each well enough in her own way, but is there one in all the land like Sister Margaret, good as gold, one that to her can a candle hold? Cling clang, here's to her, went around the board. He speaks the truth, cried some. In her the flower of the sex is found, and all the swaggerers were dumb. And now I could tear my hair with vexation and dash out my brains in desperation. With turned up nose each scamp may face me with sneers and stinging taunts disgrace me. And like a bankrupt debtor setting, a chance dropped word may set me sweating. Yet though I thrash them all together, I cannot call them liars either. But what comes sneaking there to view? If I mistake not, there are two. If he's one, let me at him drive. He shall not leave this spot alive.
How from the window of the sacristy, upward the eternal lamp sends forth a glimmer, that lessening sidewards fainter grows and dimmer, till darkness closes from the sky. The shadows thus within my bosom gather.
I'm like a sentimental tomcat rather, that round the tall fire ladder sweeps, and still thee then along the coping creeps. Quite virtuous with all I come, a little thievish and a little frolicsome. I feel in every limb the presage, forerunning the grand Walpurgis night. Day after tomorrow brings its message, and one keeps watch, then with the night.
Meanwhile, may not the treasure risen be, which there behind I glimmering see?
Shall soon experience the pleasure to lift a captive with its treasure, I lately gave Darren a squint, so spending $9 in it.
Not even a jewel, not a ring to deck therewith my darling girl?
I saw among the rest a thing that seemed to be a chain of pearls.
That's well indeed, for painful is it to bring no gift when her I visit.
Thou shouldst not find it so annoying, would not return to be enjoying. Now while the sky leads forth its starry throng, thou wilt hear a masterpiece, no work completed. I will sing her first a moral song, the sure afterwards to cheat her.
Sings to the cither.
What dost thou hear in daybreak clear, Katrina dear, before thy lover's door? Beware the flame, let's in a maid, that rouse a maid, departed nevermore. The waxing shun of such an one, when once it is done, good night to thee, poor thing. Love's time is brief, unto no thief, be warm and leave, but with the wedding ring.
Valentine comes forward.
Whom wilt thou lure? God's element. Rat-catching piper thou, perdition! To the devil first the instrument, to the devil then the cursed musician.
The cedar is smashed, for nothing more it is fading.
There's yet a skull I must be splitting.
To Faust.
Sir Doctor, don't retreat I pray. Stand by, I'll lead, if you will but tarry. Out with your speed without delay. You have but to lunge, and I will parry.
Then parry that!
Why not? It is light.
That's two.
Of course.
I think the devil must fight. How is it then? My hand's already lame.
To Faust.
Trust home.
Jails.
Oh God!
Now is the lubber thing. But come away, it is time for us to fly. For there arises now a murderous cry. With the bullets it were easy to compound it, but here the penal code will sift and sound it.
Exit with Faust. Martha at the window.
Come out! Come out!
Margaret at the window.
Quick, bring a light.
Martha as above.
They swear and storm, they yell and fight.
Here lies one dead already. See.
Martha coming from the house.
The murderers! Whither have they run?
Margaret coming out.
Who lies here?
'Tis thy mother's son.
Almighty God, what misery!
I'm dying. That is quickly said, and quicker yet 'tis done. Why howl you woman there? Instead, come here and listen, everyone.
All gather round him.
My Margaret, see, still young thou art, but not the least bit shrewd or smart, thy business thus to slight. So this advice I bid thee heed, now that thou art a whore indeed. Why be one then, outright?
My brother, God, such words to me.
In this game let our Lord God be. What's done's already done, alas. What follows it must come to pass. With one beginst thou secretly, then soon will others come to thee, and when a dozen thee have known, thou art also free to all the town. When shame is born and first appears, she is in secret brought to light, and then they draw the veil of night over her head and ears. Her life, in fact, they're loath to spare her, but let her growth and strength display, she walks abroad unveiled by day, yet is not grown a whit the fairer. The uglier she is to sight, the more she seeks the day's broad light. The time I verily can discern when all the honest folk will turn from thee, thou jade, and seek protection as from a corpse that breeds infection. Thy guilty heart shall then dismay thee, when they but look thee in the face. Shalt not in a golden chain array thee, nor at the altar take thy place. Shalt not, in lace and ribbons flowing, make merry when the dance is going. But in some corner woe betide thee, among the beggars and cripples hide thee. And so, though even God forgive, on earth a damned existence live.
Commend your soul to God for pardon. That's you, your heart with slander hardened.
Thou pimp most infamous, be still. Could I thy withered body kill, 'twould bring for all my sinful pleasure forgiveness in the richest measure.
My brother, this is hell's own pain.
I tell thee, from thy tears refrain. When thou from honor didst depart, it stabbed me to the very heart. Now, through the slumber of the grave, I go to God as a soul.
Dies. End of scene 19. End of section.